Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So we are currently on day 3, episode 3 of the Big Brother Naija Level Up reunion. So without further ado, let's get into the recap. So the episode opens with Ebuka saying hi and complimenting all the housemates. They were all looking so good, by the way. And they moved on to Deji, who joined him virtually. Ebuka was teasing him about him not being there on set with them. And he said yes, he purposely did not want to go. He's avoiding them. And then they played a clip of Dotun and Deji having a conversation back when they were in the house about the dynamic between Deji, Doyin and Chichi. And Ebuka asked him to unpack all that and why it always seemed to some of the fans that him and Dotun, they were always gossiping about the ladies. And he said that yes, going into the house, he did have a strategy, but it did not involve using any lady. That the way things panned out, it was unplanned. He never planned for that. And he said he wasn't comfortable with his friendship with Doyin. Yes, he liked her. She was a nice girl. She was the second person he was closest to in the house aside from Dotun, but she did not just use to communicate in an effective way to him, that it seemed insultive and disrespectful. And I remember back in the house, Deji used to complain a lot about how Doyin spoke to him. Yes, she did not used to do it maliciously, but whenever they would be talking, she would just be throwing insults here and there, talking in a very condescending manner, and he was not comfortable with it. He always used to complain about that. So I remember that vividly. And I must say props to Deji for actually admitting that he went into the house with a strategy, because not a lot of housemates, if not all of them, they always deny that, oh, I'm not going into the house with a strategy, or I never had a strategy in the house, when we all know that is a lie. Because there is no way, no way that you are going to win that show, that you're even going to stay till the end if you do not have a strategy going in. It's not possible. And going into the house with a strategy, it is not a bad thing. I don't know why they keep lying about it. It is not a bad thing. Like I said, you cannot win. You cannot stay till the end. Even if you don't win, you can't stay till the end without having a strategy. So props to him for that. And then Ebuka asked Doyin, oh, what was that about? Because to a lot of the fans, it seemed like you were practically throwing yourself at Deji. And she said, oh yes, Deji is a fine guy that she liked when he went into the house, and that she was trying to establish a friendship with him. And before she could finish talking, they just literally cut her off. Like, they just cut off her scene. I don't know if people saw what they did there, but she was actually still talking. She was not done talking. They just cut her scene off, and then they moved on to the next scene. So in the next scene, they show us a conversation between Deji and Eloswags back in the house. And I think that conversation happened on the same night that Diana and Chichi had that massive altercation. And if you watch the show, I'm sure you can remember the altercation that I'm talking about, because in their conversation, Deji was telling Eloswags that, oh, he did not know Chichi was this crazy. See how she almost naked herself tonight. So that's why I think it happened on the same night, after he saw everything that Chichi was displaying and was taken aback. But if I'm getting the timeline wrong, please let me know in the comment section. So Ebuka asked Deji that, okay, to a lot of the fans, it seemed that you were not really into Chichi, you were not interested in having a relationship with her, but you kept leading her on to her face. So did you at any point make it clear to her that, say, I'm not open for a relationship, I'm not ready for anything serious? And he said yes, that he did, that they sat down, they had a conversation, and he told her that he was not in the right space to be in a relationship, but he's open to trying to see how things go between them. That was what he said. And Ebuka asked Chichi, oh, is this true? Is what Deji saying true? And Chichi was like, no, that's not true. That Deji kept reassuring her that they were an item, that in fact there was one night when they had a pool party and she took him to the toilet and she told him that, see, I'm going to call off things right now. If you don't let me know if we are exclusive in a relationship or not, just let me know, else I'm going to cut things off. And Deji reassured her that they are together, everything is okay, and she's overreacting, that because of her background she's overreacting, she should stop overthinking. And she kept on saying some things that did not sit well with her, but whenever she tried to bring it up, Deji, as usual, would downplay her feelings and tell her that she's overreacting. Then Ebuka asked her if there was any housemate, or if there were housemates that told her what was going on, and if there were housemates that she wished told her. And she said Doyin and Bella actually tried to tell her indirectly that they will go to her and they will ask her, are you sure this guy is really into you? Are you sure this guy is really into you? And because of that, she had that impression, she had that feeling that Deji was telling them something different from what he was telling her. But whenever she would go to Deji to bring up the conversation, Deji as usual would downplay the conversation and say, no, she's overreacting, she should calm down, she should calm down. And when they tried to open her eyes, she kept reassuring them that no, Deji is into her, he's not just good at expressing himself, but they're actually exclusive and all of that. And they did that till they went outside the house, that even when she was in a hotel room, that's post the show now, that Deji will go to see her every night like a male prostitute. These are not my words, this is what she said. She said like a male prostitute, Deji will go to see her every night and then he would leave in the morning. He kept on doing that. That even when she moved to her place, like she moved to her house, Deji went to her house, like he kept going to her house. Like he would help her when he goes to her house, he would visit her, he would clean for her, fold her clothes, cook for her. But when they're outside, he will just be a completely different person. Like he will be acting a script. I think what she means is that when they're outside, Deji will act as if they don't have anything going on, but in private, he'll be acting as if they're in a relationship. So she noticed all of those things, but whenever she tried to talk, Deji will convince her that she's overreacting, that in fact, Deji started to tell her that she needed a psychologist, and that because of all she has been through from her childhood is making her overreact. She needs to see a psychologist. Like at that point, I was so gassed. Like, how can you be so evil as to manipulate somebody into believing that they need a psychologist, that they need help? I was totally floored. Like my mouth was ajar at that point. Like I couldn't believe it. And then Ebuka asked Deji that, okay, why did you keep this up even after you came out of the house? And this boy had the audacity, he had the temerity, hey God, he had the temerity to open his mouth and say that on the day of the finale, when everybody was coming out, you know, the finalists, they will come out, they will see their family or friends and hail them in the crowd. Chichi came out and there was nobody there for her. That he felt bad, that on the day of the finale, when he saw that she was all alone, that he felt so bad. So he decided to, you know, be there with her. After all, this is somebody he has been getting to know when they were in the house. So he decided to be there for her and always be a shoulder for her to lean on, basically. And that's why he kept going to her house. And Ebuka asked him, did you tell her that I'm not like coming to you in need of a relationship, I'm just coming to you as a friend? Did you make this clear to her? And Deji said yes, that he did. Then Ebuka asked Bella what she saw that made her ask Chichi repeatedly if she's sure that Deji is really into her. And she said that when they were in the house, that Deji was friends with herself and Sheiks, and they used to have conversations. So she didn't want to straight up tell Chichi that this guy is not into you. That's why she kept on asking her, you know, stylishly. That's like stylishly letting her know that, see, this guy is not really into you. That even when they came out of the house, they watched some clips together, and Chichi was still saying that Deji loves her, Deji likes her, and she was telling Chichi that even after all these things you saw, you're still saying this guy likes you. That's okay. Then Ebuka asked her if Deji ever told them anything directly. I think she said she cannot remember or something like that, but she just knew that the energy were not matching. It was basically one-sided. Ebuka asked Diana, because they played a clip of Diana having a conversation with Chichi and telling Chichi about how she has changed ever since Deji got into the house, and that Deji's vibe is somehow is too relaxed. And Ebuka was asking Diana what that was all about and why Diana thought that Deji was married. I did not find that segment to be like necessary at all, because it wasn't relevant to the conversation. So I'm not even going to go into that at all. It's not relevant. Ebuka asked Chichi what happened in Cape Town, and Chichi said she was avoiding Deji, but Deji would go to her and tell her that, oh, you're using me for clout. Deji kept on poking her one night, kept on poking her, and then she got triggered. When she reacted, this human being actually brought out his phone and started recording this girl. I don't even want to call this boy out of his name. I don't want to say he's a narcissist. I'm not a clinician, so I don't want to use any word in the DSM to be diagnosing anybody, but I don't know the name. I don't know the name to use for this human being, so I will just take this human being. This human being actually brought out his phone and was recording her. And even Ebuka asked Deji that, did things get physical for you to like be recording? And Deji said, no, but you know, we live in a country where people always believe the women, so he had to record for evidence sake. And I was like, how is what you're saying even making sense? How is it making any sense to you? Like, how does it make any sense to you? And Chichi said, what even hurt her was that the night they had that issue in Cape Town, that all the housemates went to Deji. None of them, aside from Amaka, went to her to ask her, oh, what's up? Are you good? What happened? That they all went to Deji. And I understand that because, you know, majority of them have problems with Chichi. So naturally, they are going to side with Deji. She said that really hurt her. And they kept having a back and forth. Chichi was saying Deji used to sleep with old married women for money. Deji called her a hustler, that the brand, the Big Brother brand, is a poverty alleviation scheme, that she needs the brand, she should not spoil her brand. They kept going back and forth at each other. Like, it became ridiculous. Like, it was shameful and it was painful to watch. And what was even more painful was seeing the housemates laughing. Even Ibuka was even laughing. They were just laughing. And I didn't understand why. Like, there was nothing funny about it to me. Maybe to them and to others it might be funny, but to me it wasn't funny. They kept going back and forth. They could not come to a common ground. Ibuka had to even like tell them that, you know what, is okay, your segment is okay, you people should tender the rest of your evidence online, we have to close this segment. And that was how they just closed with them. Ibuka said the bottom line is that the ship, is it Deji or Deji ship? I can't remember Jenny. I think it's Deji. That the bottom line is that the ship has capsized, is no longer existing. Everybody should move on. Tender the rest of your evidence online. And that was where they ended the show. So this whole episode, it was just about Chichi and Deji. And yeah, that was the show for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Your thoughts about Chichi and Deji's relationship in and outside the house. Your thoughts on the reunion, on everything basically. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.